What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans stand up, and as promised, I want to take a look into the routes of Ceedee Lamb. Now, I know Troy AIkman spoke yesterday, said he saw a lot of lazy routes from Ceedee Lamb, but also our wide receiver core. But like I said, I love Troy. That's my guy, right? I have about 8 Troy AIkman jerseys in my closet, but we just don't go off of others' words. We want to take a look at things ourselves. So what I want to do is dive into the film of Ceedee Lamb, and I kind of broke this up into sections. Now, to be fully honest with you guys, like Ceedee Lamb, I think he had 7 catches versus Detroit, and 6 of those had 3+ yards of separation. So only one of those catches were kind of in tight windows, one of those attempts. So, I want to kind of go through that so we can see it conceptually and look through things our damn self before we kind of just rush to judgment. Now, I will say this, I didn't go back to all the other games. I think Troy was speaking about the Ravens game, but we all know that he got bagged up in the Ravens game. He had a horrible game. But let's kind of look and see, is there any contextual conversation that we had about Ceedee Lamb in his route running? And we'll take a look at the other receivers in upcoming videos. So on this very first play right here, you'll see Ceedee Lamb lined up below. Going to shift outside, and it's come on this shallow cross, and he's wide open. So this is what I'll say, like, not just for Ceedee Lamb, but just for our wide receivers in general. Like, you can scheme this up, crossers, deep crossers, shallow crossers, like mesh concepts, like just to get our wide receivers out in space, specifically Kavontae Turpin, specifically Brandon Cooks as well. But on this film, we really just want to focus on Ceedee Lamb, so we're going to just pay attention to him. So let's see how he comes off the line of scrimmage. So slight hesitation, right? But he's syncing it up, so nothing too crazy, right? So nothing too alarming. How is he running through his stem? So when I mean his stem, I basically don't say like, oh, he ran that play lazy or anything like that, because the timing wants to be synced up with Dak Prescott's back foot. So as soon as Dak hits in his back foot right there, and he hitches his ready to throw, right, is he team separation. It doesn't have to be created by the wide receivers all the time. Next play right here, just a simple screen, so I really won't read too much into it, right? But once again, simple ways of getting the ball into our playmakers' hands. Boom, getting upfield. So like I said, just need to see more of this when it comes to our playmakers. Screens, shallow crosses, right? Stop all these hitches and different things like that, but we'll get into that here later in the film as well. On this play right here, once again, you have Ceedee lined up. He's going to do the simple out route. So boom, let's watch him come off the line of scrimmage. Pressing forward, jab step, good out release and extension, kind of a little push off, but who cares, right? And then simple out route for Ceedee Lamb and Dak Prescott. And how you read it, right? Once again, time it. When is Dak hitting his back foot? Watch Dak's feet. 1, 2, 3. So as soon as he plants and hitches, that's when he's ready to release, right? And there's plenty of separation to make that throw. When it comes to making a proper throw, what's a proper window is, can the defender make a play on the ball? So we would say this is 1000% open because the defender cannot make a play on the ball right now. Simple throw, right? So I would say that's not a lazy route from Ceedee Lamb right there on that out route as well. All right, boom. So here we go. We got Ceedee Lamb lined up down below. A little shift. Once again, just another crosser, except he's on the spot right there in the middle of the zone, and find a soft spot in the zone. So, right, little hop release right there. Plant, turn his hips, and sit in the spot of the zone. So, like I said, when it comes to running the routes, like if you watch Ceedee Lamb, I mean, he's not going to go 100 miles per hour. No wide receiver is going 100 miles per hour every rep, right? Because you have to sync it. It has to all be in sync with the quarterback. So these are the things that you want to look for. And what Troy kind of spoke about, is he coming off the line of scrimmage with intent? Is he running through his stem with intent? But some of these plays, right, you don't need to be running 100 miles per hour because you're trying to also read the field and where the soft spot of the zone is right here. So he's trying to read it, because if he came off guns blazing, he might have, dragged out a little bit and not have been open for Dak Prescott, right? And he would have crossed over into where this man is sitting right there in the zone. So you kind of have to slow play it, gauge it, get a feel, and sit right there. So overall, nothing too alarming. Now, I will say this, the miscommunications when it comes to CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, that's a whole other topic for a whole different video. But as far as the routes concerned, I'm not seeing too big of a concern this game versus Detroit. Like I said, I didn't go back and watch any games before the Ravens or anything like that. I want to focus on specifically what happened last game. But on this play right here, it's just another crossing route, and this is versus man coverage, right? So CeeDee's going to beat the man, boom, with the inside release. Bam, stem, separation, wide open. And if you're going to play CeeDee in the slot, which we do a lot, right? Give him more of these. Give him more of these, right? Because he's hard to cover. He's hard to cut that. So CeeDee can definitely, he has some wiggle in his game. That's why he can play in the slot. I know a lot of people, they say these terms like slot base. And then right here, you're going to have CeeDee Lamb kind of come into motion. Then come into bunch. Keep crosser. Now on this one, he is kind of trotting, but I think once again, right, when it's the zone, you're trying to find a field and find your opportunity in space, right? Because, like you say, you can't come out guns blazing, so he's trying to find the soft spot in the zone, which he does. Dak Prescott is able to step up in the pocket and make the throw right in the hole, right there, and boom. So overall, like I said, but before, we have to give a huge shout out to our sponsor in OddsJam. Today's video is powered by OddsJam. OddsJam is the go-to platform for savvy sports bettors. With over 260 sports books under his belt, my favorite tool is the positive EV tool, expected value. What does that mean? It means getting the edge over sports books. This has made me a much smarter and sharper sports better. So for example, here is a play that I gave out on Twitter. Connor Better over 2.5 shots. He cashed it with 5. Now, y'all know J Tuck don't be watching hockey like that. So how was I able to tweet that play? Well, it's simple. OddsJam. Now, what if I told you there's a way that you can bet on games on Sunday and you can win no matter the outcome? Would you believe me? There's a way, and that is the OddsJam arbitrage tool that scans the market to find differences in sports books. So essentially, you could bet on the Cowboys to win, but you can also bet on the Cowboys to lose. And no matter what happens, you will win money. I'm a huge fan of this platform. You guys know that I love this platform. So OddsJam did me a huge favor. They are going to give you a 7-day free trial. Yes, 7 day for free. You often don't hear that word free anymore, but go to OddsJam and sign up. They're going to give you a 7-day free trial. And if you use the promo code CFO, they are going to give you 35% off your first monthly subscription. You cannot beat that deal for such a powerful tool. You know that I love OddsJam, so don't bet with your gut. Bet like Tuck and sign up for OddsJam, and let's get this money. All right, on this play right here, I want to get into one of the tight window throws for CeeDee Lamb. So it's just pretty much press man down here below, and does a good job coming off the line of scrimmage, right? You see the burst, you see the first initial step, bam. But pretty much he's going to get a good jam on him, get both hands on him actually. But even though with that, CeeDee Lamb is still going to be able to press up on the slant. Now, there's still an arm around him, right? But it is what it is. Let's go. It's tight window throw. And even with that, it still hits his hands, right? Hits his hands. It goes between his hands, right? So that's on CeeDee, right? Because that's all Dak's job is to hit the wide receiver in the hands. And it goes right through it, right? So I think some of this disruption, right, with being this pressured and some of this pressing, right, getting physical with them, kind of threw off his rhythm, and he wasn't able to secure the catch. That's one of the tight window throws from CeeDee Lamb. But overall, I would say the effort is there. It's just a hell of a play by the defender, getting up, being physical with CeeDee Lamb and jamming him up. Now, this is what I really wanted to focus on when I was going through this film session is, okay, who are you when you know the ball isn't coming your way? I think that's the most important piece, right? Because it's easy to run hard when you know the ball is coming your way. And a lot of wide receivers have this issue. But who are you, on the big money plays, right? Third down. So all of these reps, all of these snaps I cut up were from third down. So it's when we need you the most, and it might not be coming your way, but are you still putting in the effort? That's what I wanted to see from CeeDee Lamb, and that's why I cut it this particular way. So on this play right here, even though it's not coming his way, gets jammed up a little bit, right? So just kind of watch his effort. Don't watch the play. I know some of the Dak haters want to see an interception. We're not focused on that. We're focused up top, right? Is he coming off with intent? Not sure what this route was. Maybe it's possibly going to be like a corner route, possibly, right? But is he really coming off intent? I'm gonna probably say man. All right. On this play right here, once again, you'll see it come in motion. So this is a play, right? He's going to come in this orbit motion, and CeeDee Lamb doesn't think the ball is coming to him, right? And rightfully so. Remember, all these plays are on third down. So here's where we got to get to. So the Detroit Lions aren't concerned about this underneath orbit motion route underneath. Like, they'll give you that swing throw if you'll take it, right? Who cares, right? It'll be fourth down. But are you running with purpose on this play? Because you'll see number 21, he's following CeeDee Lamb. So you want to make him feel like this is an actual threat and have to come down on CeeDee Lamb. Now, I will say this in defense of the entire offense. Why are we drawing up this kind of play where our best playmaker is coming underneath, right? It's third down. This is short of the sticks. This is short of the sticks, right? So I think that Dak ultimately wanted to go to Jalen Tolbert, but that was bagged. This is bagged. So there's nowhere for Dak to go. And of course, the Detroit Lions are able to get the pressure, right? So I think it's just poorly drawn up because there's nowhere to go besides Tolbert. And by the time Dak wants to hit Tolbert, it's already bagged. They're already on it because they're just playing the stick. So I think that, some of this is on Mike McCarthy, play caller, Schottenheimer, whoever, that these poor route designs and combos, especially in situations. So right now we're in empty. Now he's going to come off once again this quick little out route. And I think that Dak wants to come to him, but for some reason, I do know the reason, right? Because once again, it's third down, and he would maybe be able to turn up and make a play, right? But I think Dak was like, okay, he's short of the sticks, right? Let me hit Kevontae Turpin and try to get the first down because he's moving in motion. So I think some of these routes, once again, these crossers, these shallows, like that is where the Cowboys offense really needs to get more efficient and do a lot more. Because right now you're running this out route down here. Even if CeeDee Lamb caught the ball right down here, right, he would still possibly be short. Now, this is in the second half, so he probably would go for it. But I think Dak is just trying to get the first down, which is why he comes off that read so quickly when it comes to CeeDee Lamb. This here is the interception play. I want to say that CeeDee Lamb still ran the ball or ran off his routes with intent because he knew the ball was coming to him, right? Because on this corner route, he has the outside release, right? Because this guy is playing inside. So, boom. So what's supposed to happen is, I think this is Branch. He's supposed to come down in this flat. Now, the Detroit Lions went on the podcast. I think it was Kirby Joseph spoke about. He's like, we knew we just had to take CeeDee Lamb away because they ain't got nobody else to really focus on. So if you're a defender, it's third down, and you see Jalen Tolbert coming out in this flat, but it's third down. It's Jalen Tolbert, right? And I know this is my responsibility to be down here, bro. But this is CeeDee Lamb. He's the one guy I got to take away. And if Dak hits Jalen Tolbert underneath and he goes and makes a hell of a play and dives in the end zone, so be it. But I'm going to float and bail off my responsibility, kind of like a user on Madden, and go towards CeeDee Lamb and make the interception. So that's just one of the things where it comes down to our personnel help some way, it's going to be towards CeeDee Lamb. It's like if you're playing basketball and you have Steph Curry over in the corner. Well, I'm going to lean out towards Steph Curry and run his way because I'm trying to take that 3-point shot away. On this play, even though it doesn't go to him, right, it's a simple release, getting pressed up a little bit right there, but Dak gets the sack. So overall, I would say when it comes to the Detroit Lions game, CeeDee Lamb, the route running doesn't really concern me. The mindset sometimes being disgruntled, your emotions, that's the bigger concern. But the biggest concern when it comes to CeeDee Lamb, to be honest with you, when it comes to the season, is the miscommunications between him and Dak Prescott, which definitely needs to get fixed. Let's turn up, bro. Peace.